Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Armourer's Bench. Today we're going to take a look at some excellent footage of some explosive coal in action and talk a little bit about the idea and the history behind it. I came across this footage while doing some research in the Imperial War Museum's online catalogue. The piece of 16mm film was filmed by Captain Cecil Vanderveer Clark, a British engineer and sabotage expert who was a member of the Special Operations Executive and worked at a number of weapon research and development centres, including MD1 and SOE Station No. 12 at Aston. SOE, or Special Operations Executive, were a clandestine force tasked with conducting irregular warfare behind enemy lines. This included sabotage, assassination, intelligence gathering, and small-scale raiding. One of the sabotage methods developed was introducing an explosive charge into the boiler firebox of a ship or locomotive, or into the furnace of a power station or factory. This was achieved by disguising the explosive as a piece of fuel, like coal or wood, or even as a dead rat, which might have been tossed into the firebox or furnace to be disposed of. The idea of explosive coal wasn't new. The idea originated from the US Civil War, when Confederate Captain Thomas Edgeworth Courtney designed a piece of cast iron with a cavity which could be packed with gunpowder that looked like a lump of coal. Courtney described them as coal torpedoes. Their aim was to damage a steamship's boiler enough to cause a catastrophic secondary explosion. While several vessels may have been damaged or sunk by these coal torpedoes, the claims are difficult to confirm. It seems that the idea of a coal bomb was resurrected in 1940, and initially a coal borer was developed and available for use in theatre by mid-1940. The borer could be used by agents to make a hole in lumps of coal, which could then be filled with plastic explosive and a detonator. This was soon superseded by an explosive coal kit, which included moulded fake coal and paints to allow agents to match the colour of local coal. The kit included instructions on how to prepare and use the coal bombs. Arthur Christie, a Station 12 lab assistant, is quoted at length in Des Turner's book on Station 12. Christie remembered, "Another task was collecting the biggest lumps of coal that I could find in the storeroom and taking them to the lab. I had no idea what they wanted them for. It was seldom explained to me, and when it was often clear as mud. My instructions were to try to drill a large hole in each piece of coal without shattering it. I tried with a brace and a 6-inch tube that had a serrated end. I found that if too much pressure was applied, the coal would disintegrate. I thought, I wonder what the hell they want this for? Don't ask, just do it. And I did manage to drill 3 lumps of coal. I was told to insert about 1/4 pound of PE, plastic explosive, and a detonator into the hole and glue the coal dust back over it. The mud in my brain now began to clear. The lump of coal could be placed into a coal tender of a locomotive and find its way into the firebox, or perhaps into the furnace of a factory. Later, the PE was dyed black, which was better than using coal dust and glue. The idea led to a plastic explosive being moulded into a multitude of objects and colours to fool the enemy." Frederick Boyce and David Everett, in their book SOE The Scientific Secrets, credit Station 15 with the development of a moulded clamshell design using dyed Herculite plaster and coated with real coal dust. A photograph of this can be seen in the SOE's descriptive catalogue of special devices and supplies, along with explosive wood, or as it was officially known, wooden logs explosive. Eventually this was replaced by a bomb based around a charge in a metal casing that allowed liquid plaster to be poured around it, simplifying production and removing any signs of a seam. The coal bombs were detonated by a number 27 detonator, to which either a match head safety fuse or a time delay fuse was attached. Once the danger of coal bombs was discovered by the enemy, it was also believed that they would have a considerable psychological impact, and also cause the enemy to expend considerable resources protecting and checking coal supplies. The explosive coal we see in this footage appears to actually be an incendiary bomb, producing a large amount of flame and heat. This would have been ineffective in a boiler, but with a time delay or some other sort of fuse, it may have been very effective in causing a coal bunker fire aboard a ship, or in a factory store, at a coal depot, or in a locomotive's coal tender. Coal fires were extremely difficult to contain, and very hard to put out. How effective explosive coal was is unclear, but it is believed that the coal bombs were used by both the SOE and their American counterparts, the OSS. Boyce and Everett estimate that about 3.5 tons of explosive coal was produced between 1941 and 1945. I'm unsure just how much of this was explosive and how much of it was incendiary, like that seen in the footage here, but it's a fascinating asymmetric method of targeting enemy infrastructure at the most basic level. Thanks to World War II Talk on Twitter for their help getting me some scans from the SOE's descriptive catalogue. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short look at an ingenious sabotage method. If you enjoyed the video, please consider supporting us via Patreon or with a one-time donation via ko-fi.com. Tab is an entirely viewer-supported project, and your support is very much appreciated. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.